Yeah, Friday. What's up, everybody? Friday morning. Welcome to today's edition. Daily Market Commentary. It is October the 1st. We have made it through the month of September, and what a month of September it was. Let's take a look real quick at our S&P 500 to talk about what happened throughout the month of September. If we look at this on a daily chart, slightly bigger time frame, we will see that the month of September was not a great month for stocks in general, as we had starting from our high, which once was on September the 2nd. So September the 2nd was our new all-time high that we set at 45.45, and we pretty much came down the whole month, aside from a couple of days last week. And then yesterday we closed on the low of the day, not looking overly promising heading into this evening. So what does that mean for, going forward as far as next the next cycle, if you will, of market movement? And what I would say is that overall, it's not going to be too disturbing, right? We've gotten a little bit of a pullback on this weekly chart. We've come back into a prior area of resistance that oftentimes acts as a new level of support. And so I think that, let's see what happens going into the rest of this week. But if I look at last year, we saw September was also a down month. We got a rally up towards the end of the month, and then we fell for a couple of months in October. So basically, September and October were kind of sideways overall before then just taking off again from November all the way up, until the last few weeks. And this is a very similar pattern, right, where we get a couple of weeks down. So I'm not really ready to throw in the towel on the big picture, but let's take a look at the small time frame. When we talk about the small time frame, we're talking about the 1-hour chart of the S&P. So when I take a look at this 1-hour chart, any areas of demand that are below me, I have to be very, very questionable about any areas of demand. Now, the last time we were on, which was Monday morning, because I had storms roll through and lost internet on Wednesday, but on Monday morning, we had talked about this really clean supply area. We set up a really nice trade for the entry, the stop, and then 2 targets. And unfortunately, we came close, but never got back into the short position. And so I'm going to remove those 2 target areas that were there. And I got to look up a bit higher to my next area of supply, which in this case would be right up in here. This little drop base, very strong move away, I think would be our next cleanest area of supply at 43.63 by 43.75 on the ES. If I look at the NASDAQ, we can see a very similar picture. Price is continuing to drop. I don't have as clean of a supply level above me, though, in the NASDAQ. These 2 upper wicks created selling pressure, but I don't know that those are going to be great levels for me to look to get short. Moving down to the 15-minute chart, I don't even really see a lot of great levels here on that 15-minute chart that would tell me to get short as well. So, matter of fact, on the 15-minute, you do have a little piece of hope here at this little area of demand if we think that we're going to close the week out on some strength. Moving over to crude oil. So crude oil on the hourly chart, we got a couple of levels that we bounced around in between here. This one technically is still valid because we didn't trade into the level. It was just a bit of a touch and go. But a little sideways on the crude oil price patterns here. I don't think that there's really anything in here I'd want to jump ahead of. I'd want to wait for a breakout above this 76.58 as my best level. And then in gold, we did get a big rally up in gold yesterday. It's all on questions about what's going to happen with the debt ceiling in the U.S. What's going to happen with and what's that going to do to the value of the dollar and the strength of the dollar. And so there was a flight to quality in gold. And so let's see if we get a breakout above here. If we do, it may be a short-lived breakout because I don't have a tremendous amount of room to roam with this area of supply up above. But for a small day trade, that might be something worth taking just for the quick breakout move to the upside. If you go a bit smaller and you go to the smaller time periods, you've got this little wick over wick area here just above that pivot low from yesterday's low. So those are our 4 markets for today. I'm going to hold off on a stock of the day today only because there are so many things that are moving down that I think that we are setting up actually some nice bull area positions, and I'm going to review those over the weekend in our live trade room. If you'd like to join our live trade room, go to tradersarmy.com and see more about what it is we do. And until tomorrow, everybody, I will talk to you soon. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to tradersarmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.